Hi you guys, welcome to my second session of the Growth Spurt series. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. This week I wanted to talk a little bit about the different healing modalities and their effects, just to kind of like preface the series. So there are so many different healing modalities that are effective in working through different things in your life that you want to heal or accomplish. But there's sort of two different routes. There's kind of the psychiatry route that's a little more traditional, and then there's more the spiritual, energetic route. And I think it's important that we know the differences between them all and understand that there's no one way to heal. There is oftentimes like an overlap of modalities that can be helpful to you. So some of the methodologies that I really like are like traditional talk therapy or counseling. I think that you have to be a little bit careful when you go into talk therapy because it's really easy to become a place where you're just like venting, or you are actually like hyper focusing on the things that you don't like or you don't want. But in the same effect, it can also be a positive thing, because if you can go to that place and that's like where you vent your frustrations, or that 1 hour is where you have that like negative talk or whatever, you can get it all out of your system in that sitting, and then if you like are going to agree to go into the rest of your week not taking that with you. So depending on how you use it, it can be super effective. And sometimes therapy is best when you feel that you need someone to hold space for pain or trauma that you've experienced, so that way you aren't going through life from like a victim standpoint. You have your therapist there with you, and you guys hold space together for what's happened to you or what you've gone through. And a therapist can, like I said, can also be really good for coming to a place of understanding and acceptance. And sometimes that is through talking about or talking through an experience that you had, and then learning to understand what it meant to you or the way that it shaped your life. Because sometimes, right, we're just like packing things into our knowledge base, our memory base, we're storing them in our body, but like we don't always know what parts are connected to what. Like, oh, I act this way in relationships because I don't have like a trusting relationship with my dad. Oh, I never realized that I didn't trust my dad. I'm not saying I don't trust my dad, but I'm just saying that sometimes we don't make those associations until we have someone there who's trained to help us unpack all of that material. So it's just taking a little longer than I thought. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm just going to film separate series for all of my favorite healing modalities. And then moving forward, I'll highlight on some of the really important topics that I want to talk about.